Hello, everyone. My name is Charles Fry. I am president of Cni Solutions.
And, and I'm Sean Mitchell, financial service representative here in North Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, and Texas. And hey, I just so happen to be sitting here with this awesome guy, Charles Fry, who's with Cni Solutions. And hey, this is for all of my social media friends. You guys know that I believe in sharing my business friends with my social media friends. And I just so happened to meet Charles a couple of months ago at a financial literacy seminar, and he just shared some great information. And over those past couple of months, we have been talking with each other and meeting with each other, and just brainstorming about stuff. And Charles actually invited me out to one of his Zoom meetings with his entrepreneurs, and I was just thrown by the information that he shared and that he teach to the people and the people that showed up to that actual Zoom. So I said, hey, Charles, I want everybody I know to know you. And so I have Mr. Fry here. I'm just going to ask him a couple of questions, and he's going to give us the best answer to those questions, and we're going to go from there. So, Mr. Fry, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, a little bit about myself. I've always been always into giving back, always helping the community, no matter where I went. No matter, I was raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I joined the military from there. And so being in the military and traveling throughout the world, I saw so much need for help in different countries. And whenever I got back to the United States, that's when I realized, I want to put some of that goodwill to use here in the States. And the Cni Solutions was born based off of COVID, believe it or not. When COVID hit, we saw so many people who lost their jobs, and they were out there trying to side hustle, if you will, but we were seeing them side hustle the wrong way, Sean. We saw them doing things like, man, you could do so much more with this if you had the right tools. And so that's when Dr. Fry and I, we got together and we said, hey, let's put together a program where we can help the community with entrepreneurship, and they can learn how to do it the right way. Henceforth, the Launch It program was born. And since then, we have taught in Oakwood University, and we're still teaching in Oakwood University. We taught in Spelman College. We taught the community here. And what we have found is that a lot of people who own a business already, Sean, that's been doing it for the last 2 or 3, 4 years, and who came through our course, they was realizing that they were doing it wrong. Yeah. There was a lot of things they were missing. There was a lot of financials they didn't understand that the course was teaching them. So since that time, we've been doing this now since COVID, and I think we cycled through probably close to 8 cohorts of 10 that's come through here, with on average right around 70% of them actually getting out and starting their business. Wow. So that is the birth of Cni Solution in our entrepreneurship program, of how we got started with that. And we're always looking to expand. We're always looking to try to make things better. And we're always trying to give the new entrepreneurs more information and more insight from people like yourself and other business owners who own business, who's been doing it a while, to help them, guide them through those steps of skipping over those pitfalls that you and I had to go through, that we didn't learn and no one showed us. I tell you what, I wish I had a Cni Solutions when I started my business. Believe me.
I know. So when you make mention of pitfalls, can you share with us some of those pitfalls that people have? Because, like I say, it's a need. Yes. It's a need for you. It's a need because everybody's trying to start a business. Everybody would like to start a business, but again, it's a right way to do it.
Right.
Go ahead.
And there is, and some of those things is first of all, what people need to understand, what a lot of young entrepreneurs need to understand, is starting a business takes time. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay. It takes time. And then on top of that, it's going to take money, unless you happen to have one of those niches or that business, whereas it will make the money for you, i.e. you're a baker and you want to do baked goods, you can start from your house using a cottage license. A lot of people don't understand that, don't know that, but you can do that, or unless you're a speaker and you're someone who does speaking engagements. So then those won't necessarily take a lot of money that you're going to need to start up, because it's going to make the money for you. But if you're going to be someone who's going to be serving a product or making a product, you're going to need that capital to start off with. So, and that is one of the things that I think a lot of young, eager entrepreneurs fail to realize is that they see you, they see me, they see all these people out here with these businesses, but they never see where they came from.
Yeah.
They think it just happened right now and that's how it is, and I can do the same thing, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
It takes time. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that has to get done before you saw those people where they're at. I think Denzel Washington had a speech he was doing at a graduation ceremony, and he talked about Babe Ruth and how many times he struck out, right? But no one knows about those strikeouts. They just know about all those 200 something home runs he's made. Like this, boy, it took strikeouts to get to those home runs. Well, it takes failure a lot of times to get to your success in your business. So when we bring in entrepreneurs and we bring in business owners, these business owners are able to fill in those gaps to let them understand, like, hey, I went the wrong way about doing this. I started off in this 4,000 square foot building, and I didn't need that. And I lost a lot of money. I started off with my business thinking that I was the boss and I could do what I want, how I want, when I want it. But then I realized I'm not the boss. My customer's the boss. My product's the boss. My calendar's my boss. And when people start understanding that, when you become a business owner, they'll realize, like, hey, I just can't do what I want to do, thinking that's how it is. And it's not that way at all.
Wow. So it's a process.
Yes, sir.
And what you want is someone that's familiar with the process to help you make it through.
Always.
And that's what you do.
Always. I can tell you what, if you will be hard pressed, Sean, to find me one really, really successful business owner who has not had a mentor, who has not had somebody in their corner that they talk to on a daily basis. They ran suggestions through them. They ran scenarios through them to see what their thoughts was on it before they decided to introduce a product, introduce a service, change a price or anything, because those mentors are able to see things that you can't see.
Exactly.
They're able to give you insight that you can't think about because you're too close to it. You're involved in it. One of the things that I tell everyone, and I tell all my entrepreneurs, whenever we finish a course, whenever we finish a class, I says, hey, any questions, ideas, or suggestions? Because they may see something that I'm not seeing when I'm teaching this class that I didn't know that I was missing. Like this. And so I take that viable information and I use it to restructure, reform my syllabus for the curriculum so that I'm giving out a better product next time. So that's always the key thing there.
That's good stuff. So what do you enjoy about what you do?
Oh, wow. What do I enjoy, man? What's not to enjoy? What is not to enjoy? I think I love teaching. I love sharing information with other people that who may not have it. I used to have a friend of mine used to tell me all the time. He says, man, Charles, you're just full of information, like this. And I says, well, I get a lot of that from people like yourself. I listen to you. You may be doing something, Sean, that I'm not even remotely close to, don't need, but I'm going to listen to you. Why? Because I might run into somebody who can use that same type of information that you have. And I'm going to say, hey, wait a minute. I know someone who does that.
That's it.
And like this, and I can hook you up. I can give you his number and let you talk with them, and they'll be able to walk you through that and guide you through that process. So that's the reason why I'm always trying to learn and listen to other people, no matter what the business is, no matter what's going on, just so I have that information to share it with others. Like this. And that's the biggest thing. I love sharing information, and I love seeing that light go off in their heads when they understand something. Like this, when they get to that point and they're understanding that fixed costs and those variable costs when you're doing business like this, they're like, whoa, I didn't know that. I thought all I had to do was just sell X amount of these, but I didn't know there was a formula to it, Charles. Yeah, there's a formula to it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, and they miss that part.
So I'm glad you shared that. It's just to be able to give information is a great thing, but to be able to put people in front of the right people with the right information is another. And I'm a firm believer. I believe the same thing. That's why we're here right now. I said, man, people got to know who Charles is. Hey, Charles, check this out. What would you alter or change about what you do? If you could alter or change anything, what would it be?
Man, that's a good question, Sean. That is a good question. If I could alter or change anything, what would it be? I would say I wish I would have started this program years ago, like 10, 15 years ago, because I could think about how many people I could have helped then. You know, there's a friend of mine named Stephen Conway, business coach, and his objective, he always tells me, he says, my goal, Charles, he says, I want to make 1 million millionaires, Black millionaires. That is my goal. Like this. And I think about his goal, and I think about when he says that, and I think about all these businesses, especially minority businesses that I visited over the years, that I knew something was wrong then, but I just didn't know how to address it. I didn't know how to give them the information. I didn't know how to tell them the right way that they needed to do it. And now that I have this information, I'm sharing it. I'm giving it out. You know, I'm passing that thing out like hotcakes. Like this. You want to learn? Come on in. Hey, you need this? Come on in. Like this, and we're going to show you. And our aim is to make sure you're doing it right. And one of the things that I like, or I should say, I love what I do, is when you come through our course, you don't come through our course and graduate like most traditional schools. I'm graduating, I'm out. No, when you graduate with us, you're still a part of us, because I'm going to reach out to you, Sean. I'm going to make sure you're doing what you said you was doing. When you put together that 30, 60, 90-day plan, and you told me at 90 days, Charles, this is where I'm going to be at, guess who's calling you? I am. I'm going to make sure I hold you to your standard. I hold you to those goals. I'm making you accountable for what you said you're going to do.
Wow. Man, that's a big deal right there. So accountability is another big deal. Mentorship is a big deal, something that you offer. So tell us, what are some of your goals and your dreams for Cni Solutions that you have in place for the next, maybe next 2024 coming up right around the corner?
Yeah, I know.
So I'm pretty sure you already got some stuff set in place. What are some of your goals and dreams for Cni?
Well, some of the goals that I have for Cni Solutions, that I want to expand us. I want to expand us to a larger audience other than just here in Huntsville. I want to get those on the outskirts who need our help. I want to get those who are down south in Alabama who need our help, and like this. And even if we need to start going cross state lines like this, I want to start doing that, because I know there's a lot of young brilliant minds out there who just don't know where to turn to or where to go to. And way too often in the minority community, everyone thinks they can just do it themselves. I'm here to tell you guys, you can't. I had to learn too. Someone had to show me. I had to figure things out and realize that I needed help. And it's not a bad thing to get help, Sean. Exactly. It's not a bad thing to get education from somebody who looks like you and me, like this. And when you're giving them that, and they understand it, and they realize, you know, your background and where you came from, that, hey, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't always have this office space. I didn't always have these cars I got like this. I started off small as well. I started from the bottom as well, and had to work my way up to it. Only thing that I'm offering different is, I don't want you to have to take that same trail that I took. I'm offering you a different path, a faster path, an easier path, a more educated path. Like this, so you don't have to deal with what we had to deal with coming through when we started our business.
You're absolutely right. I don't know if you've been familiar with, like, over the past week or so online with the food critic guy.
Oh yeah,
Keith Lee thing. Yes. You know, everybody's been talking about it. You know, which is something simple, but it's gonna turn into something big. But what I seen yesterday was a radio personality from Atlanta, Frank Ski. If you remember in the 90s, in the 2000s, he was on the radio, radio there. and I guess he used to have restaurants and bars there. And he basically shared, you know, some of the reasons, some of the things that happened the way they happened, you know, with restaurants and businesses in our community. It's a Black experience. They'll take off fast. And they have no guidance through that takeoff. And they just making decisions right then and right there. You know, and they making decisions based off of what's happening to them instead of making decisions on what's going to happen for the future. So when you say, hey, look, you know, let's stay away from those pitfalls. That's what everybody, because they're going to come. You can't avoid them. They're going to come no matter what. Hey, look, let me ask you this. In the next 12 months or the next year, what are some things that you're going to be doing in the community that people can have access to, or even started right now that people can have access to, whether it's podcast or events, or what are some things you got going on that you would like to tell the audience
So
about?
one of the things that we currently do right now with Cni Solutions, we have a broadcast that it's called What's Happening Now. And in that broadcast, we introduce entrepreneurs, business owners, anyone who is doing something different in the community that is benefiting the community. We like to bring them on and we like to showcase them. You know, if you're a young teenager who's starting a business, if you're a senior citizen who's starting a business, if you're somebody who does community service work, you know, whatever it is, I want to make sure we bring you on here and we, you know, highlight you so that others can know about it and others can know what it is that you're doing. You know, like this, we normally started this for our entrepreneurs because we wanted to help them market their business, but it ballooned into something so beautiful. Now we're able to help other people. We're able to help those who are talking about suicide prevention, those who are talking about mental health, those who are talking about speech counseling, all of that stuff that is out there that a lot of us don't know about. We bring them on here so that we can talk about it. We talk about finances, you know, we talk about insurance, you know, wills, probate. You know, a lot of stuff that's always taboo, especially in our community. People don't want to talk about it. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that. But we bring it in here and we make it a safe space for you to talk about it and for you, the viewers, to be able to ask questions to whoever's here so that they can get that information to them.
So hey, look, that's what it's all about. Hey, look, this is a guy that's in the community. He's real. He has real information. He's been through it. This is not, you know, some pop-up information.
No.
That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to share you, because, you know, it's so much online that people see and you don't know who's real and who's not,
right.
who's on the hustle. And Charles Fry, I believe, is real with the information that he brings, and I believe that he can help you guys out. That's the reason I wanted to bring you to my social media friends, and for them to know who you are and how to get in contact. So, Charles, can you share your contact information? Yeah. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, however they get in contact with you. Hey, let them know.
Hey, we do have all the social media outlets out there. Every social media channel. We do have LinkedIn, Twitter, IG, and Facebook. You can reach us here at Cni Solutions. Our address is 1035 Putman Drive, Suite F.
Say that again.
1035 Putman Drive, Suite F, Huntsville, Alabama. Our phone number is 256-459-6020. Our Facebook page is Huntsville Cni Solutions. Our IG page is Huntsville 2020. My LinkedIn page is also Huntsville Cni. And there's one more. I think our Twitter page is Huntsville Cni Solutions. And you can reach us in there. And we also have a YouTube channel as well. YouTube channel is Cni Solutions. By all means, go there, check out some of the broadcasts, subscribe, join us. You know, if you're someone who wants to be a supporter for Cni Solutions and you want to donate to this nonprofit, by all means, you can do that from our website. We're always looking for sponsors. We're always looking for donors to help us with our community events, because we're always trying to do something in the community for the community.
Awesome. So, hey, you got all this information. You know how to get in contact with them. Hey, I put him in front of you for a reason. I value his information. You're looking for a mentor. You look for someone to teach you about business. And hey, this is for people that's currently in business, that's been in with. So you don't have to be a newbie. You could be someone that's been around for 5, 10, 12 years. You still making mistakes. So again, it's just knowing the right people. So Charles, I thank you for taking this time out of your busy schedule to meet with me and allow me to come here. He has the coolest setup. You got. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting to, you know, put the tablet up and, you know, we just talk, but he got a whole setup, you know. So this is the real deal, you know, and I believe that everybody should be introduced to the real deal.
Yeah, well,
and that's what we got right here.
I firmly believe and I practice what I preach.
There we go.
You know, if I tell somebody you got to do it, I need to do it too.
That's it. That's all right. So, hey, appreciate you guys.
All right. Thank y'all.